Welcome back, aspirants on MacTech 40, and wishing you all a happy Teachers' Day. Okay, and here one quote from Indian Express for you. That is, a teacher through his hard work and dedication makes the world a better place. Okay, and I also want to add one line here. Not only teachers' hard work and dedication, but students' hard work and dedication also required. Okay, otherwise uh, nothing will change. Okay, so let's start. Yesterday we have solved one question of eccentric joint, okay, eccentric bolted joint subjected to shear stress, okay, and this was a very simple kind of question. So today we will solve one level up question of the same eccentric joint subjected to shear. This is the question: a bolted joint subjected to shear strength, but here, as you can see, the bolts are there and these are at particular distance. Okay, so today we will solve step by step. So first, write down the data. A steel plate is subjected to force of 3 kilonewton. So this is the force, and fixed to a vertical channel by means of 4 identical bolts. Again, I have told you this is a channel and this is the plate, and the bolt is made of plain carbon steel, and the yield strength is given 380 newton per mm square, that is megapascal. And here I am writing one assumption, that is you have to write in mains exam, that we have considered maximum principal stress theory. Okay, so that, and this is, as you can see here, it is subjected to shear, so we have to find shear stress tau. Tau is what, as per the maximum principal stress theory, yield strength divided by 2. If you take here like maximum distortion energy theory, so here not 1 by 2, it's 0.577. Okay, but here for our sake of simplicity it is 190 megapascal. Okay, and factor of safety is 2, it is given. Factor of safety here it is given. We have to find the diameter of the shank. Diameter of the shank means the core diameter. This is the threads would be like this. Okay, sorry, I'm drawing again. Threads could be like this. Okay, this is the thread. So this distance is known as outer diameter or major diameter, and this is the valley part. Okay, if this, suppose this is a center line, so this is the radius, this is known as minor radius. Okay, or we can say that core radius, and this is the known as shank radius, and that is we call as, and the in terms of diameter we will tell as a shank diameter. Okay, and okay, we have to find this core diameter, minor diameter, and the mean line here, it is known as pitch diameter. So yeah, in yesterday's question there is a find out the factor of safety, area is given, but today we have to find the diameter of bolt, and this is the actual problem. In actual practice we have to determine the, as an engineer we have to determine the diameter of the bolt, which size of bolt and how many number of bolts are there. Okay, so that our structure will not fail. So as per our yesterday's discussion, what are the steps? The first step is find out the primary forces, primary shear force. In some book they are directly finding stress, but we will find force and then finally divide with area, because this is in here there will be at some angle, the resultant force will act as some angle, so we have to divide everywhere with area, cross section area, to get the stress, but ultimately we have to divide there also while calculating this factor of safety, so we will add at the end. Okay, so first we will find primary forces in each bolt. So this is bolt 1, bolt 2, bolt 3 and bolt 4. Let us take B1 dash is the primary force acting on bolt 1, and have the same magnitude as I told you. B3 dash is equal to B4 dash. Okay, so here what you will get as a B1 dash, sorry, the primary force in bolt 1 is equal to B2 dash is equal to B3 dash is equal to B4 dash, that is 3 kilonewton. So 3000 Newton divided by 4. Okay, because this primary force will act as a similar manner. Okay, having magnitude same in all the bolts, that is 750 Newton. Okay, so we have find out the, and direction is opposite. Here I have drawn in yellow line, 1 2 3 and 4, direction upward. Okay, now I will make a separate drawing for this 4 bolts. This is bolt number 1, this is bolt number 2, 3 and 4, let us take, and this is the B1 dash, B2 dash, B3 dash and B4 dash. Sorry, this is B3 and B4, B3 dash and B4 dash. Okay, so this is the, so first of all, as I told you, what would be our next step? Find out the CG of this bolt system, and the distance is, center distance is given as 100 mm in question, and here again the horizontal center distance is given as 100 mm. So what would be the center? And the center would, here the coordinates of center, if you take this as a 0 0, this B3 bolt as you take 0 0, so this is 50 comma 50, this is your CG. Now we have to find the minimum distance between all the points. So the minimum distance is always perpendicular distance, so this is the distance, minimum distance, this, and give the name R1. Sorry, I will draw with scale so that easy for you. This is radius 1, this is radius 2, this is minimum distance. Okay, this is the minimum distance. Give the name R1, R2, R3 and R4. We have to find the length of each. So how can we find? Just using geometry. Okay, this distance is 50 and this distance is also 50, horizontal distance. So this angle will become 45 degree theta, because 10 theta 1, when 10 theta will become 1, that is when theta is equal to 45. So and all are at same level. Okay, so here you can write R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to R4. Just use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so you will get root 2 times 50, root 2 into 50 mm. Next, find out the direction of the secondary force. So secondary force, so as you can see here in the figure, yes, the force will tend to move this plate on this side. So bolt will try to resist. Okay, so bolt will try to resist, this will turn like this. From, suppose this is the initial position, so it will going to turn like this. So the opposite force will act on this direction. Here again, this is initially like this, and the force will oppose to this at some angle theta. Okay, let me draw here. I'm drawing with green. Suppose this is the initial position, I have marked with a paint. Okay, and after giving giving the load, so bolt will try to turn at angle theta. Okay, suppose these are the bolt, all the bolts have turned theta angle, all the bolts have tendency to turn theta. Okay, So this bolt will turn like this, and this bolt will turn like this, theta, okay, at angle. But if it turns, then our structure will be fail. So to prevent this, the secondary reaction force will act in perpendicular to this R2, R1, R4, the radial distance. So this is like this perpendicular to this, and in such a manner that it will resist. Suppose I'm indicating for B1 like this, so this will not be helpful for our structure. It will try to overturn, so our design will be failed. So our direction is also important. Okay, this is indicating this like this. Okay, like this. Sorry, here not. Okay, so the force will be act on like here, like this, perpendicular direction. Sorry, again I am drawing. This will tend to turn like this in this direction. So opposite force, to prevent this, it is in perpendicular direction like this. Again for here, direction like this, and again perpendicular direction like this, and here it is like this. Sorry, it is like this, vertical from, because perpendicular direction. Okay, so I am drawing this another drawing like this. This is bolt 1, this is bolt 2, bolt 3, and bolt 4. Let me draw on another page. So bolt 1, bolt 2, bolt 3, bolt number 4. So the primary force B1 dash is vertically, B2 dash vertically upward, B3 dash, and B4 dash. Okay, now here the direction will be perpendicular like this. I am drawing with green this B2 double dash, secondary force. Okay, and here the perpendicular direction would like this. So this force will be acting like this here to prevent this angular deformation like this, and over here like this. And the angle with horizontal or vertical, it will be same for all these bolts. Okay, and how to find this angle, at which angle this is acting? So here the theta, you have found out 45 degree, and this is and this is angle is 90. This is 90 minus theta, 45, and this both radius, this is radius and this is force, both are perpendicular, and this, and one angle is again 45, so remaining angle is what, 45 again. So here you have found the secondary force and its direction. So we have completed step number 1, first finding out the primary force, then CG of the system, and secondary force in their direction. Okay, and with angular inclination. Now what you have to find is, find out the value of C. C is what, force into eccentricity distance divided by r1 square. As I told you in yesterday's question, there are r1 square and only r2 r3 square. Okay, but here there are 4 bolts and all are away from the center. So we have to take all the bolts radial distance. Okay, in yesterday's case, one bolt is at CG point, okay, here, and today is not, so we have to take all the distance. And what is the E, what is the eccentric distance we have to take? That is from not 200, we have to take the CG of this bolt system till this 250 also. So 250 mm will become our eccentricity distance. Okay, so this should, you have to be very careful here. So just to put the value, that is 3000 Newton, eccentricity is 250 mm. Why I'm taking here in units in mm? Because our stress unit, our shear stress is given in Newton per mm square. So for sake of simplicity, I am taking radius as a in mm. So here you can say that root 2 into 50 square, root 2 into 50 square, root 2 into 50 square, root 2 into 50 square will become 4 times, okay, into the whole square, that is 5000. See, this is the distance, root 2 into 50. Yes, this is r1 square, r2 square, r3 square and r4 square. Here r1, r2 is the radial distance, root 2 into 50 mm. Okay, so just cut down this. So here you will get as a 75 by 2. Okay, sorry, here not 3, here 5 will come. 5 is the 5, 5 is the 25. So just ignore here 250. So here 5 5s are. So it is answer will be 75 by 2. Now for secondary force, write down B1 double dash is equal to C into R1, B2 double dash is equal to C into R2. Now here all the radius are same, the radial distance will be same here. So all the secondary force will also same, B1 double dash is equal to B2 double dash is equal to B3 double dash. Here what is the meaning of double dash? That is secondary force, that is C 75 by 2 and root 2 into R2. Root 2 into R is 50 mm. So 75 multiplied by 50 divided by root 2. So this is the secondary force. Okay, why I'm not cancelling root 2 or why I'm not dividing multiplying, you will get later. Now here there are two forces. Here this is B1 double dash. Okay, so here you can take the components two fact. Here this is theta. Okay, this is also theta. So now there are two factors of this B1 dash, that is B1 double dash cos theta 1 and vertical component is B1 double dash sin theta. Okay, now you can see this B1 dash and B1 double dash sin theta will cancel out effect of each other because as they are in opposite direction like this. So only one component is B1 double dash cos theta, and you know very well we are designing our any system based on maximum loading condition. Okay, so we have to, so this is the not a maximum condition, this is the minimum loading condition. This point 1 is in minimum loading condition. Similarly this is B3 double dash, the same component will happen. This is B3 double dash cos theta, sorry sin theta, and this is B3 double dash cos theta. So this will B3 dash and B3 double dash cos theta will cancel out, so only one component. So this is point 3 is also minimum loading condition. Now look at here, B2 dash and B2 double dash cos theta, B2 dash and B2 double dash cos theta, both are in same direction, so they will add on, and one perpendicular direction component, that is B2 double dash sin theta. So we will use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so there are two components. So as you can see, this bolt 2 and bolt 4 are subjected to maximum loading condition. So our design should be based on maximum loading condition for bolt 2 and bolt 4, and the diameter will remain same for all the bolts. Okay, so let me draw one just diagram. This is the bolt, this is B2 dash. Okay, and at angle B2 double dash cos theta, sorry, b2 double dash is acting at angle theta. So there is one component b2 double dash cos theta and one component here b2 double dash sin theta. Now to get the resultant of this, like here at particular angle, this is the resultant, but to get the total force on b2 bolt, that is under root horizontal force whole square and total vertical force whole square. So what are the horizontal forces? There are b2 dash plus b2 double dash cos theta whole square plus b2 double dash sin theta whole square. Now moving to next page, we will find beta b2, that means force on bolt 2, and it will be same as bolt 4 because they are on symmetricity, due to symmetricity. So under root what is the b2 dash, okay, that means the primary shear force, that is 750 newton, plus our secondary force is 75 multiplied by 50 divided by root 2, and here this is b2 double dash value, and cos theta, theta is 45 degree, so cos 45 is what, 1 by root 2 multiplied by 1 by root 2. So this 1 by root 2 1 by root 2 will become the 2, okay, 1 by root 2 1 by root 2 will become 2, and this is whole square, plus sine component is same again because due to 45 degree symmetricity, multiply by 1 upon root 2 whole square. So when you solve this, you will get as a 750 plus this will become 2 and this will termed as a 25. So 75 multiplied by 25, you will get as a 1875, so whole square, plus this is same again 1875 whole square. So when you solve this in your calculator, you will get as a 3225.87 Newton. Okay, now what is the actual stress acting on the bolt? That is b2 force upon area. What is the b2? That is 3225.87 divided by area. Now tell us as a equation number 1. Let's move toward the next, that is given as factor of safety. What is the factor of safety? That is maximum allowable stress upon actual stress. So factor of safety is given 2, and we have find maximum allowable stress is our maximum shear stress tau divided by actual stress is 3225.87. 3225.87 divided by a. So denominator to denominator will come into numerator. So 2 times what is tau? It is 190 megapascal. Here we have found 190 megapascal multiplied by a divided by 3225.87. So you will find the area is, what is the area you will get? That is 34 mm square. When you solve in the calculator, you will get 34 mm square. Now you know the value of cross section area, that is pi by 4 core diameter, or our, you can say that crust diameter or shank diameter whole square, pi by 4 whole square, diameter of course diameter whole square. So just solve this, you will get diameter as 6.58 mm. Okay, so this is the answer. So this is the second variety of the question, that is how the question is asked in exam. Okay, and I hope you guys understand, because we have solved major two varieties, like one is finding factor of safety, and second one is finding the diameter. And this is quite complex because this is the theta value. Okay, hope you guys understand. If you have still any doubt, just ask in the comment section. So we will make another video for your query purpose, for query solution. So tomorrow there will be one static GK question series, not question series. There is a static GK week video. Okay, so stay tuned and keep studying. Stay focused.